do you know about the old hive? Let's go. Hello beautiful people, it's Auntie Gen here. Welcome back to another week of story time with me. Thank you so much for coming again. Thank you so much for bringing a friend, for telling a friend, for coming with your friend to this channel where the storytelling magic begins. So this week we are going to be talking about the old Higue. Now some people usually say old Higue, but I say old Higue. In Guyana we refer to it as old Higue. In Trinidad and Tobago, they usually refer to it as a succulent. Mysterious, right? So some of the stories that I've gathered from, or about the old Higue rather, they're either from Trinidad or they're from Guyana. But if you're from a Caribbean country and you're familiar with this mystical folklore creature, be sure to let me know in the comments below about your experience or what you learned, or who in your family could tell you a bit about it. Like, let me know in the comments below, okay? Let's go. So the old Higue is usually referred to, or some people usually say it's like an old soul or a witch. And basically this person disguises themselves during the day, and they kind of look like us. They walk among us, they live in the villages that we live in, the communities, they go to work with us, go to school with us, and we would never know because they look like us and they feel like us. It's hard to tell the difference, right? But at night, and remember, I always say at night is when a lot of mysterious magical things is be happening. Y'all don't be paying attention, but trust me, it's happening at night. So at night is usually when they shed their skin, and then they hide it in this calabash gourd, and they spin into a ball of fire and take off into the air looking for the pulse or fresh blood running in new veins of a baby. Now, here is where I hear different variations of the stories. Now, people usually say they go for babies, newborn babies, babies that now got out of the hospital, probably now on their way homes, fresh babies. And in that instance, what needs to happen is the parents or whoever lives in a household, right? Usually you would get a bowl of uncooked rice, and you would either mark it in a circle by the door or by the windows, anywhere that is kind of like an access for this old Higue, and they have to bend and count all the grains of rice that they find. And if one fall, they gotta start again. Exactly. So that's one thing. They usually have the rice, but then we also know of the manacled broom, which is usually hung at the doors, either the entrance or the exit of the house, and it stays there. In the event that an old Higue arrives, they can take this manacled broom and beat the old Higue. Or if they find the skin of the old Higue, they could beat the skin, or some people would put it in a mortar and they would just crush it up. Caribbean folklore, right? And it's not for the weak. It's not for the weak. So if you know your heart into good, just drop a like and go and play some Ludo, because this one can be a little scary. Anywho, right, another thing I've always heard in our culture as well is that most people refer to or believe that elder people, like the elderly people, they think a lot of them are old Higues, especially if they're like still around, like they're still living. People would usually say, oh, she gotta be an old Higue, he gotta be an old Higue. And interesting to note is that old Higues are usually females. Rarely they're males, but they're usually females, right? And people would be like, oh, she gotta be an old Higue, that person gotta be an old Higue, because it's it's just interesting how they would drink this newborn baby's blood to regain or to stay youthful, you know, to stay full of energy, to stay enthusiastic and beautiful and lovely and all these beautiful things. And how you would know that they've basically taken a baby is because the baby would become blue. Like if the parents were to go and check on it or turn it over probably in the morning when it's time to breastfeed them, the baby would just be blue. And you would know automatically that the old Higue got in there and got to that baby. Now, listen. Auntie Jen ain't telling you go and look at no elderly people and say use the old Higue. That's not what I'm saying. Stop right there. Go and sit down. Sit down. That's not what's happening. You understand? It's folklore. Some of these things are true and some are myths. Leave the old people alone. Anywho, so that's one instance. They come for the baby's blood, right? But then some people say or refer to babies as meek or weak people, feeble people who are unable to speak up and use their voices. Some people who may just be quiet or shy or may just be scared to express how they feel. Now the old Higue likes people like them, you know. They like to prey on them. They like to pounce on them. Why? Because they like weakness. They like people who can't stand up for themselves and who can't speak up for themselves. So they pounce on the babies. See what I'm getting at? You see the use of the word and what? Right. So those are like the variations I've heard. But the more traditional thing that we know of is the babies. Yeah? So, yeah. So that is just a little breakdown of what the old Higue is, what it entails, some of the things, some of the superstitious things that we believe about it. You know, what are things that you know about the old Higue, or things that you probably heard your mom or your dad may have spoken about and said, you know, this is something that you gotta do just in case of an old Higue. You know, let me know in the comments, guys. I'm gonna be checking, so let me know. But yeah. So this week you're gonna hear a story about the old Higue, and this is a true one. Listen, I only got true stories to tell you, so this is a true one. So if you know your heart into good, hold on to it, or go and call a friend and say, Sandra, come and watch this story with me, because I think it would be a little scary. And let Sandra come and watch this story with you. You understand? Thank you so much, everyone. Have a wonderful rest of the week. Have a fabulous weekend. Stay safe, stay well. So much love, sending it to you. Thank you. Thank who? Thank you. It was a dark night, like a really dark night, the kind of night where the only light you could get this come from a full moon. And I had some clothes on the line that I had to go and pick up, but you know, I just couldn't do it. Something to me stay inside. And even though I was inside, I just didn't feel safe, you know. I feel like something they just, I don't know, man, something they just feel off. Now granted, I was reading enough jumpy stories and all these different things, barely walk past the mirror and I just jump at my own reflection. I think sometimes, you know, it's just be a bit much, but I know I'm a spirit and I know I'm a soul. That's one thing I don't doubt. But something they just feel off. So I decided to call my grandmother. You know, I like hear grand sometimes, man. It's like to call and talk to she and thing, and you know. So I called my grandmother, asked her for a story, and she said, "Grandchild, don't worry.
I can tell you one very soon. Cozy up in bed. Rest your old little head. And we gonna laugh and we gonna laugh and I can share this tale for you too. And we talking and thing and the topic of old Higue come up cause obviously, I gotta get a story. She's the perfect one for telling me a story. We talking, but obviously, I still a little uneasy cause one, she telling me this story at night and I how I feel about nighttime, man. I feel like things has happened. It's just don't even know. And I remember telling she about this mark I had on my hand, like this black and blue mark. And quick, so she turned and said, what you mean you get a black and blue mark on your hand? Where it come from? I said, man, it must be some mosquito. Mosquito? Suck you on that black and blue mark? Mosquito don't do them things, girl, and you know that. I said, man, gran, I don't think it would be an old Higue, because I never hear old Higue in Barbados. And she says, so wait, because you never hear an old Higue in Barbados, the mean they ain't got old Higue in Barbados? A magician does reveal his tricks to you, or he's left you in this time now, like I ain't even know for sec, cause one, I know she talking, but I ain't really know if this what I want here right now, especially at 8 o'clock at night. I said, alright man, we can tell me that I ain't already know. She said, you think this is a joke? She said, no, you need to be careful. She said, first of all, any black and blue mark you see upon your body, get worried immediately, because them is not normal things. It means that your blood sweet. It too damn sweet. Eating all them chocolate, all them junk food, all the things they putting in your body. Get a little Corilla bitters first. Get a little Corilla bush. Clean it out. But because your blood's sweet, that's why they all like suck you. And it like your blood, and you can come back. Yes, I ain't gonna lie to you for that. It's just so with she named daughter from overseas that lived back a road when she used to go about the places would happen. It started when she had this mark punch her leg. Everybody said, oh, she fall down, but I know she bloody well didn't fall down. I know what it was. It was an old Higue. That's why Aunt to this day now, she's still alive. She live a long more than me. She's move and go about the place just as she please. Sucking and drinking all them baby blood. Soon as midnight strike. At night I look up and I see this thing in the sky and I said to myself, wait, like it's a shooting star me backside. It was a blasted old Higue moving in the air like a ball of fire. Some of them does look like airplanes, and she moving through. And me now, I know who I think I be. I pretend I could go and follow. So I can't peep around the car now, checking by the fence cause I want to see. It's not all the time you see things like that. You see something looking back at me, I tell myself, wait, like she see me. Since then, I never really talked to she, because I think she didn't know I the aunt to she. Every time you read newspaper after though, they talk about the high deaths of the babies dying. Government saying, look, y'all gotta make children, cause this ain't working out. But make the children and what? And the old Higue gonna suck them? Enough of them just walk amongst we. Enough of them just peep at we don't know. Enough of them seep through the holes and the keys they is throwing in your door, you don't know. That's why you gotta cover yourself. And don't take things from stranger neither. You hear me? This is important. Don't ever take nothing from nobody. Cause be careful with them things. You just don't know people's intentions. You don't know if they're setting you up for success or if they're setting you up for failure. And granted, they got good people in the world. They got very good people in the world, but they got bad people in the world too. You can't know for decipher who is from who. But that's that same girl. That same girl from over there. And you know what she do, how she's so wicked? She see them little children play, cause she's a kind woman. You know? Just be kind, just be nice to you. And she pass it on, give the girl a pen. Give the girl a pen. And like when the girl recognizes what happened, she run mad. See she walking on the road passing Port Market all the time. Cause the girl know. She know. You think people like that easy? Them things in the art and everything. So be careful when you take things from people. Yeah, I tell you. Be very careful, Didi, when you take things from people. Enough of them just want pass on the curse so that they could dead. I know one of them up in Essequibo. The people drag out the house and picture mercilessly. I feel so sorry for she. Cause sometimes you just don't know. But you see, Caribbean people, they're superstitious bad, and what they don't understand, they get freaking. There's fear what they don't understand. And the people couldn't understand how she just used to depot the place. And the whole shit and the beach, cause somebody said I find she's skin in a calabash hanging upon a tree. I look outside the thing, only God could come down from the heavens and say, yo, this is what it is and this is what it is not. That's what it is not. But I had to pause and stop my grandmother in this conversation because I keep hearing this weird song all the time. Feel like remember I tell y'all I just feel off. And so let me close this window because we ain't playing them games. You're done late and I hear listening to this thing. And you see when I went by the window for close it,